Hi, I'm Dr. Mike.
And I'm Noah.
And this is the NFGeeks Thanksgiving Special. Woo! Woo! That's right. Noah, come here. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
It's been a long time.
Yeah,
It's been on NFGeeks, but you're on now.
I'm back.
Right? Yeah, that's right.
From the future.
You happy?
Yeah.
To be on? All right.
Yeah, of course.
Yes. This is our Thanksgiving special. It's also going to be a theme video. Every week for Thursday, I make a video based on a theme. Then I have people make response videos on the NFGeeks forum to the video. And this week's theme, as you can imagine, is Thanksgiving. And basically, you can do two things. One is to make a video about your Thanksgiving memories, or make a video about what you're grateful for. And we're going to try to do both.
Okay.
Right? Okay. So, let's start off with memories, Noah. We'll start with you because your memories are more recent, and I'll remember them. What are the, what's the biggest memory or memories you have about Thanksgiving with the family?
Definitely the family interacting with each other.
Okay.
Mostly negative, but sometimes
Okay.
positive.
Fine.
But to be honest, all family interaction was usually negative.
Okay.
So, it's...
So basically, your memory is dysfunction. That's your memory.
Not
Horror, dysfunction,
not...
alcoholism, trauma.
No. No.
Okay.
It may be negative in a sense, but I don't view it as particularly negative because I just viewed it as that's how the family was, and none of it was really bad.
All right. But
So
when you say negative,
just...
what do you mean? Can you be specific?
Oh, fighting over what's going where and what's doing and what they're doing. The biggest one was one Thanksgiving where my grandmother and my aunt argued most of the morning on whether we should get takeout for Thanksgiving or have Grammy cook it. So we waited until that decision was made, and then I believe we decided to get the takeout, which did not come until 4.
Yes.
And because we were all, ready to go, when they finally made the decision at, I don't know, around noon or 11, we didn't eat. So we literally, didn't eat breakfast or lunch.
That's right.
And literally had to wait forever just to get that Thanksgiving.
Yes, and I remember I went and picked it up with your uncle, and it was in those white buckets, plastic buckets.
That's
you know what I mean? Almost like sand pails. Remember?
Yeah,
but they were white.
Just these you couldn't see through them or anything. They were just horribly boring.
Yeah, did
crappy
not think
buckets.
You would hope that maybe they'd put it into wicker baskets or something, make it look more Thanksgiving.
Right.
No, it's in these horrible buckets. Again, they were like sand pails, but with
I
tops
believe
on
they
them.
housed I don't know what, the sauces or
Yeah, the things you needed, potatoes and
that
stuffing.
wasn't for the turkey, was it?
No, I don't think it was. I think the turkey was in big rectangle platters and things. But it was they were good containers, but I remember getting them and thinking, wow, this isn't Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
You can't have plastic, lunch pails and be having Thanksgiving.
And again, to get back to the kind of negative thing about it,
yes.
My aunt and my grandmother really did I don't want to make it sound super bad, but they did get pretty pissed at each other.
Oh yeah, they were. Yeah, it was a misery. You can't lie about
Grammy. It's cheaper if we get takeout.
That's right. That's your aunt's karate move. That she makes.
But yeah, Auntie Liz was for getting it out because it was cheaper, and Grammy was being all pissy about it because she always cooks and it's going against that and it's gonna be crap.
Right. See, the fight was trying to manipulate your aunt into doing the cooking or helping her cook.
And I think so.
That's what the actual argument was about, and where your aunt didn't want anything of it, and so that's what the battle was about, trying to force her participation.
I recall the two main things from it was I recall the confrontation between Grammy and Auntie Liz, and how it was just this weirdly bland Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh yeah, because it was takeout.
Right, and it took forever. That's the other thing. Like it took forever to
takeout
come.
Thanksgiving. Oh, that's awful. One thing about Thanksgiving. This was less true in my childhood, as I'll point out, but was certainly true of the Thanksgiving of the past 20 years and the ones that you remember. Is that we would have the timetable of the day was terrible. And we would have the meal at like the worst possible time for a meal. At a time that you would never have any meal.
For that day, it was like at 4.
Which was unusual, right?
Which was very unusual.
Yeah, but even if it was expected to come and have it like at a normal time, it would be like at 2:30, 3 o'clock.
Right.
Like you wouldn't just eat
really
at noon
bad time.
Or eat at like 5 or 6. It'd be at times where you would never actually have a meal.
Right, which would screw everyone's like hunger balance off.
Right, exactly.
Because like if you're having it at 3, you're gonna be fine over the time you would usually have dinner. But by the time you're like it's almost time to go to bed or like it's 8, you're gonna be hungry.
Well, I remember from my own childhood. I know why that is, though. Why that happened with my mother and all that is that when I was a boy, like younger than you are
Obviously.
now. When I was a boy, we lived with my, it was your grandmother, but also my aunt and my uncle. Your grandmother's sister, and we would have Thanksgiving in her apartment, which eventually became where you and I lived. We would have Thanksgiving up there, and although my mother did cooking and did a lot of things, because it was my aunt was sort of organizing it in her apartment, things were going to happen at a certain time. If she was an ISTJ, so like things were going to happen at a certain place at a certain time, and so she always had it together, and so things were forced to occur at certain times. But once my aunt passed away, Grammy just did it whenever she wanted to do it, and whatever happened, and you were going to show up, and that was that.
It fell more when she finished cooking.
Yes.
Or for that one time when the food got here.
Yes. Another thing, too, about that difference in organization is that after my aunt died, my uncle was still around and part of the family, of course. He lived with us, and he was an SP, actually. And he, we would have Thanksgiving dinner. He wouldn't wait for the end of saying grace. Your grandmother would always want everybody to say grace and what are they thankful for and all that.
And she'd know it too.
Yeah, she knew it, right. Remember, she used to know that, for the food we're about to receive, whatever. You think I would have
I always felt kind of bad that I didn't know it.
And we would say, like, it was Catholic. Sometimes we'd say the Our Father and the Hail Mary, too, after that. But my uncle would, as soon as the plate was in front of him with food, would just start eating. And he'd be eating in the middle of the prayer. You know what I mean? And like, and like right in the middle of praying, he would go, "Amen," just that he would stop and he could keep eating.
Oh, jeez. Grammy did not take kindly.
Oh no, she was furious at him, and then he's like, "Wait for the." They'd have a big fight. Wait for the, the end of the prayer.
So kind of like a little bit of my memories.
Yes, and then he would be like, "I'm so hungry, I want to lick the wallpaper." That's an actual quote that he said.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. So
any more recent ones?
I think actually the really the nicest, most recent one, as grim as it is, was the Thanksgiving we had after your grandmother died, because she died right before Thanksgiving, and the next Thanksgiving was, like, literally we buried her, and then the next Thursday, like less than a week later, was Thanksgiving.
Right, and I remember again the quote that you said was literally, "Even in death, she made herself more important than the holiday."
Yeah, really. It was all about her. In death, because it was always about my mother. Had to be the center of everything, no matter what the holiday was. So she's dead, and it's still like all about her.
Right.
Yes, even then. But that was kind of a grim and not grim, but we were all sort of emotionally exhausted from the events, and so we actually went to the restaurant that you and I are going tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So myself, my sister, your uncle, and my niece, you. We went to this restaurant, even though there was sort of an emotionally, again, very sort of exhausted moment. You were all just sitting there like this, but it was sort of still a good Thanksgiving moment. It was a nice family moment. It certainly felt like family in spite of the recent tragedy.
Right. Yeah, I do recall it. We didn't seem sad or like mad or any really at the dinner. We seemed accepting of the fact that she passed. I think it was a very, I don't know what's the word I'm looking for, solemn dinner.
Solemn. It was a solemn and respectful dinner in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you? What's your most recent happy one?
Well, the last two after Grammy passed away were, I've been spending, I think the last two with my mom, where we went to this really big buffet at, God, what's the place? I forget the place, but it's this really big buffet that, like, huge. I put it second to Grammy's food. Or, like, second to the Grammy buffet, as it were.
Oh, that's wonderful.
But it was really awesome. But for the recent ones, like, with Complete Family and Grammy, I have really, like, specific moments of scattered memories of it. I recall one where we had to go in to the garage to get this big metal table, or a couple of them, so we could set them up in the living room, which then we all had to move the furniture all over the place, which I really didn't want to do. And as I got older, I had to do it, so it was like, ooh.
Oh.
But, again, it was family and everything. I think the one with takeout, one of your ex-girlfriends was there with her father.
Oh, maybe? Really?
Yeah, I think the one where we got takeout
Really?
was actually the one where
that could have been, yeah.
she brought family.
Yeah, that's right, because there were a couple of Thanksgiving where he showed up. That's right. I remember. I know who you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah, boy, I forgot all about that. That's right.
Yeah, I think that was the Thanksgiving.
There was like one or two where he was there. That might have been one as well. Yeah, I remember. I remember that. Wow, good memory.
Yeah, I try.
Do you want to hear what happened last year?
What happened last
Okay, this
year?
is funny. I've never told this story.
Okay.
So I was with the doctor.
Oh, right. Was I there?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Because we went to her sister. Remember her sister? We went to her sister's house.
Right.
And I think it was her sister's house, yeah. And I ended up, I was paranoid because all of her family was going to be there, all these people, and I didn't want to like make an ass of myself, right? Because it was like this big deal. So I really wanted to be good, and so I really wanted to make sure I took my pills in the morning. But I got so paranoid, I took them again, and I OD'd on my own pills.
During the thing?
No, not during the thing, right before we left. And so, like, I ended up taking more pills than I needed because I took them. I was like, I gotta make sure I take my pills. Oh, and then I was kind of freaking out. I was like, okay, I gotta make sure I take my pills. So I did it twice. And so we're driving and we get out of the van and all of a sudden it's like,
oh my God.
And so like for the first part of it, like before we even ate, I had to sit like on the couch. And sort of like not move, just let it sort of pass, for an hour or two.
Jesus.
Isn't that funny?
It wasn't that bad. Like it was just like weird looking shit.
If I had to get up, I don't think I would be able to. No, it didn't look too bad, but it was tough to like control like my legs. Like I felt wobbly.
Right. So you were like,
there's a happy Thanksgiving moment. ODing on my own mood medication out of paranoia. For a relationship that was crashing.
Oh,
isn't that funny? That's funny.
Jesus. It's worse than the one mine.
No, it's not that bad. It's funny now.
Jeez,
man. You like that? That's true. No, I never told you that.
God.
No, it's fine. I just had to, once as the hours went by,
Did you tell her?
Oh, yeah, of course I did.
How did she react?
She was understanding in the moment. I'm sure that I lost points later on in the game on the mic chart. That didn't go well, but she wasn't
negative 10%.
Yeah, exactly. No, but she was fine the moment. She understood.
Okay.
And I just said, look, I'm just going to sit on this couch and just leave me here.
I'm seeing rainbows all over the place.
Yeah, really. All right, so there's a happy memory. Okay, so so what about now? What are some things you're thankful for? So what are you thankful?
I'm thankful that I could continue my education out of high school.
Oh, that's good. And why do you say that?
Again, because where I'm going, or just probably everything after high school was like this, but I actually feel like I'm learning something and experiencing, like, it's very positive in like a lot of more aspects than high school ever was. Like, I actually want to learn, and these teachers want to teach. In high school, in high school, it felt wishy-washy with that. It depended on the teacher and if I liked them or whatnot. But here, at the school I'm going to, it's much nicer, and I feel like this is actually a place for education, I guess.
Oh, good. That's a good thing to start off with, because we've had a lot of transitions this year, and I'm thankful too for finally graduating and finishing my PhD and having it. In the weeks and months afterwards, I was just exhausted and glad that it was over. Trying to recover from the whole experience. But it really kind of hit me, and I can be grateful for this moment, is when I put it on my syllabi for the beginning of this semester. I was able to write, Dr. Mike Boudreau, PhD. I was able to write it, and I was like, oh, look, there it is. Somehow it became real, in spite of the fact that I have the diploma.
Look how awesome I am.
Yeah, really, no kidding. Awesomeness, but it really was...
Kind of a big deal. I'm a PhD.
That's right. It was... that felt good. So I'm grateful that I completed the process, and I'm grateful for finally having it, and finally getting to the other end of it.
Now you're a doctor.
That's right, I am a doctor. That's right.
Let's just hope you're not pushed into the surgery room.
That's right, I can handle it. The patient is definitely an ISFJ.
Oh my.
She
needs a new heart, sir.
Well, that's because she's been working really hard, going to work every day from 9 to 5. She's stretching out. They're very pessimistic, about the future. What else are you thankful for?
I'm actually thankful to you.
And, that's great.
Your YouTube channel, because honestly, I do want to start one. It's taken me a while.
Yeah.
I do want to start one, talking about what I like, what I'm a fan of, and everything. All that. And I'm a bit inspired by you and the NFGeeks channel, and how you just, you sit here in front and talk to everyone.
Yes. Not
in a condescending way. You talk to everyone like they're your friend or they're your student.
Oh, that's very nice. That's a very nice thing for you to say. So if you start this channel, I get to be on, right?
Yes, of course.
I do? I get to be on? All right, because I put you on here, so you owe me.
Of course.
All right.
Of course.
Okay, good.
You'll be on special episodes.
Yeah, that's right.
That are only once a year.
We could link our once a year. Oh, boy. We could link our channels. I'll give you, promotion.
Okay,
yeah, it'll be big. I appreciate that. I'm actually going to thank the channel, too. I mean, I'm thankful of NFGeeks. It's funny that, again, I've said this so many times, but Dave and I just started this as a goof. We were just, bored. We just thought it'd be funny. I didn't know it'd be like this. And this year, it's really bloomed in a big way, especially with the forum now. And so I'm very grateful for the whole NFGeeks experience, if you will. Not just the channel, the people who watch the channel, the subscribers, and the forum too. I have friends now around the world that I never would have met, actually. I know people on every continent. And so that's a big, and friendships that I would never ever have, or relationships I would never ever had if it wasn't for NFGeeks. So I'm very grateful for the NFGeeks experience.
No, it's funny. It started out kind of like a hipster thing.
Oh yeah.
And then it became mainstream.
That's right.
And one of you stayed, and one of you didn't.
That's right. That's right. But I was a part of NFGeeks before it was cool.
Well, so was Dave.
Yeah, but he's not there now, so therefore,
because it got mainstream.
I know, that's right. Actually, he's more hipster.
Yeah.
Right. So, all right. What else are you thankful for in life?
I'm thankful I can hoard all the video games.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's right. You are hoarding every system we own. Even systems we don't use anymore. You have the Nintendo 64.
I played it once.
I know, but all the systems, PlayStation 2 is in there. I wouldn't be surprised if my Atari was in there.
I think it is.
Oh, see that? Well, are you thankful for actually having the systems, having the ability to play?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Again, I love playing video games and getting to be immersed in them and have experiences.
Yeah, and one of the things, the great conundrum Noah and I are in is is it the Wii U, the Xbox One, or PlayStation 4? PlayStation 4 apparently is winning the race.
Well, it's actually, it's a weird race. I honestly, I view the console wars mehly because I care more about the games than the consoles.
Well, yeah, I know. I agree. But we have to get a new console because new games will be coming, so we have to take that into consideration. Well, we can always get another TV if you don't want the PlayStation 3, 4 or something. All right. I'm thankful that I'm actually thankful, Noah, that you and I are going to Thanksgiving tomorrow together because if you think about it, if we were doing anything else for Thanksgiving, separate from one another, it'd be pretty miserable.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if I had to, like if we weren't together, I'd have to go somewhere and do something. That'd be miserable.
I
If
know,
you weren't with me, you'd be with your mother.
Yeah.
You know, not that that's terrible, but
No,
you know.
but I would feel bad. You would be alone on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, but more importantly, we're gonna have fun tomorrow. Like tomorrow
yeah,
being
yeah.
enjoyable.
Tomorrow's gonna be a great day.
Right. We're gonna have, whereas we wouldn't, if we weren't together, it would be a crappy Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah.
And it's actually better that we're together than we're not together, and that's something that we should definitely be thankful for, because otherwise it would be shitty. It'd be shitty for you too. You'd be at
Again.
someone's house like, oh god.
Yeah.
But we're at least we get to be together for Thanksgiving.
We're thankful for each other.
Yeah, that's right. So happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving Day.
All right, isn't it gonna be great?
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
That's right. Bring the buckets.
The big white one.
That's right. All right, so that's it. Thank you for watching. Don't forget that NFGeeks can be followed on Twitter and Tumblr, and come join the fun at the NFGeeks discussion group on Facebook, the forum on Facebook, where it's always happening. Right? It's happening.
What's happening?
It's happening. Just say it's happening.
It's happening.
It's happening. That's right. So, and have a happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.